What's up, everybody, and welcome to Wildcard Sports. In today's video, we are going to go over my Week 9 picks. I'm 81 and 39, 95.6 pick percentage, below the 60,000 ranks, so that is good. We're moving up the ranks here. Let's see how we do in Week 9. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe if you are new. All right, starting off with Thursday Night Football, Ravens, Dolphins. If you would have saw this game beginning of the season, you would say Ravens are going to win for sure no matter what. I still think Ravens are going to win with Lamar Jackson coming back. And at the end of the day, the Ravens just have solid pieces all around. Sure, the Dolphins do as well, but they are just playing bad. They look terrible. Same with the Ravens. The Ravens, we'll look at the spread here. The Ravens are favored by 7.5 in Miami, but I feel like I would take the Miami spread at plus 7.5. I think Dolphins could keep it close. It's a home game, Thursday Night Football. The Dolphins have pieces too, so I really do think they will keep this close. Ravens do have a really bad defense. Sure, they have some guys coming back from injury, but they have this one at a high-scoring game, 51.5. So this one could be a shootout here between the Ravens and the Dolphins. So I'm going to pick the Ravens to win, but I think Miami covers the spread. All right, moving on to the Bears, Bengals. Two terrible, well, I wouldn't say terrible teams. The Bengals have been terrible and underwhelming all season long. Bears have been playing pretty well and pretty well for their standards. Let's look at the spread here before we make a decision. And right here, the Bears are favored by 3. In Cincinnati, though, Flacco is a little banged up. He might not play, but he's kind of leaning towards playing right now. I do think the Bears will win it on the road. They are overall the better team there. All right, moving on to the Vikings-Lions division game. I'm going to pick the Lions right off the bat. We got J.J. McCarthy coming back for the Vikings, so that's good, but it's not. At the end of the day, he's not doing great so far this season. Lions are stacked. They're on fire, 5-2. Let's look at the spread just in case here. They should definitely be favored by at least 7. Yeah, so they are favored right here by 8.5, and I do think Lions will win that one. All right, moving on to the Panthers-Packers. I'm already picking the Packers right off the bat. Should be an easy one there. Let's look at the spread. For the Packers and the Panthers, yeah, minus 13.5. Definitely coverable, but I might take the spread there or take the points there for the Panthers, plus 13.5. But, in Green Bay against the Panthers should be an easy one there for the Packers. All right, here we go. Chargers, Titans, very easy there as well. Taking the Chargers right off the bat. Let's look at the spread in the Chargers right here, minus 9.5. I don't even think they'll cover. You can never trust the Chargers lately, sometimes to even win, but they should. I don't think they'll cover, so I'm going to take Titans plus 9.5. Obviously, Chargers are the better team, but Chargers to win there. All right, Patriots, Falcons. Patriots have been looking great so far this season. Little struggles here and there, but 6-2 at home. They should beat the Falcons. I'm going to pick them. Let's look at the spread on this one. Patriots minus 5.5, and I think they could cover that one. So I'm picking Patriots to win that. All right, moving on to my 49ers versus the Giants. 49ers looked terrible last week versus the Texans. They got to bounce back here. Giants lost Scottaboo, of course, so that's a big blow. They got Tracy Jr. in there as their backup running back. I'm obviously picking the Niners to win, but this game does make me nervous. I don't know how we're going to keep Jackson Dart in check. Sure, he's a rookie at the end of the day, but he's going to be running all around. That's going to be hard to contain. Niners are favored by 2.5, but this is a scary one for the Niners if they lose this one on the road. So I got to pick Niners, though, to win. All right, moving on to the Colts-Steelers. This one could be a very high-scoring game. Before I even make my decision, look at this total here, 50.5. It's like the third highest scoring game on the slate. So I expect a shootout here between the Colts and the Steelers. I know the Colts are the better team. Maybe take the Steelers plus 3, maybe plus 3.5. Oh, this is a tough one. I got to go Colts 7-1. I would not be surprised if the Steelers pull off the upset, but I got to go Colts here. They are overall the better team, and this is a nice test for them on the road. All right, moving on to the Broncos-Texans. Battle of two great defenses. And I think Texans are favored last time I checked. Yeah, minus 1.5. This is like when they played the Niners. The Broncos are a better team, 6-2, but the Texans overall on defense just hold teams in check. I don't think the Texans will win this one. They won the Niner game, but I don't think they're going to win this one. I'm going to pick the Broncos to win. All right, moving on to the Jags Raiders. Not a fun game to watch here. Jags are the better team. I'm going to pick Jags to win, but I'm probably going to take the Raiders spread on this one. Jaguars -3. I would take the Raiders +3. They could win it. They're coming off buys, but yeah, I got to pick Jags to win that one. All right, moving on to the Rams Saints. Easy one there. We're picking the Rams. They're probably favored by double digits. They are -14.5. Should be an easy one there. I know the Saints have their backup QB in there, their rookie. So that should be interesting. So Rams defense could just destroy the Saints here. So we'll see. All right, moving on to probably the game of the week here. Chiefs-Bills, playoff game type atmosphere right here in Buffalo. Oh, man. I know the Chiefs have been playing very well as of late. It looks like the Chiefs are favored barely, -1.5. Obviously, I got to take the upset here. It's not a huge upset, but I'm going to take the Bills to win it at home versus the Chiefs. You know, definitely the Chiefs have been playing well, especially with Rice back, so it wouldn't be crazy if the Chiefs won. But, you know, Bills at home, playoff-type atmosphere, playoff-type game. I got to pick the Bills to win. All right, here we go. Seahawks coming off a bye here, going against the Commanders. I'm a 49er fan, so of course I would love to see the Commanders win, but I don't see that happening here. Seahawks are the better team. I'm going to pick Seahawks to win that one. Seahawks are favored by 3. I feel like they could even cover that spread. So Seahawks to win, but go Commanders. Hopefully that pays off. All right, this one is going to be fun. I think this is the highest scoring game on the slate, but let's double check here if I could find it. Oh, here we go. So 53.5. That is the highest scoring game on the slate according to Vegas. So this one could be a shootout. If you have fantasy players from the Cardinals or Cowboys, definitely put them in. Definitely start them if you can, because this one could be great for a lot of players here as far as fantasy football goes. Cowboys are the better team, and they're at home. I just don't see them losing to the Cardinals here. So I got to pick the Cowboys to win. Obviously, I'd love to see them lose, but I don't think that's going to happen here. We got to pick the total. I don't think you could see it there, but we got to pick the total here. I'm going to go 58, a very high-scoring game here. So those are my picks, guys. Cowboys, Seahawks, Bills, Rams, Jags, Broncos, Colts, Niners, Patriots, Chargers, Packers, Lions, Bears, and the Ravens. So those are my picks, guys. Let me know if you agree with me, disagree with me. Enjoy Week 9. I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.